We continue this morning to follow the city of Seattle's efforts to combat homelessness. Mayor Ed Murray says this is a state of emergency, and Brandi is here talking about one of the difficulties is that this is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's really overwhelming.
Yeah, and that's something that we have to keep in mind here is that this is a complex problem, that those living on our streets come from all walks of life, and some may require more help than others. A few months ago, I got a chance to go out with Jackie St. Louis, the outreach manager for the Metropolitan Improvement District. It's his job to get to know those living on our streets and help them find a path to a more stable life. We talked about certain misconceptions surrounding Seattle's homeless.
Because homeless people are drug addicts, they're all mentally ill, outcasts of society who are uninterested in leading a pro-social and functional life.
And so joining us this morning in studio to talk about our city's homeless crisis is Jackie St. Louis. It's great to see you again. You know, that day when we were out, I asked you why people should care about the homeless in our city, and you told me it's the responsibility of being human to genuinely care about the plight of another person. And that's why I wanted to have you on today to sort of personalize this for our viewers. You're out there, you talk to these folks, help us understand some of the biggest problems they're facing or barriers to getting off the streets.
Yeah, there are lots of different issues, varying issues that individuals who are homeless face. Homeless individuals can be folks who are down on their luck, can be individuals who are struggling with chronic mental health issues, and as well addiction. You know, those things come into play when you think about homelessness in the streets of Seattle.
Something we talk about a lot is this idea, people call it service resistance, but it's just a way of saying that there are people who don't really want help. And you encounter these people a lot, and I know that from my time being out with you. What do we do as we're trying to fix a homeless problem? How do we help people who don't want the help that we have to give them?
Yeah, I think first off, reframing our language and referring to homelessness as an issue as opposed to a problem, and unpacking what that term homelessness means. So when we use the term service resistance, I think that implies folks who are uninterested in coming off the streets, uninterested in receiving services which would help them alleviate their situation. And we do encounter folks who are initially not interested or willing to engage with the type of services we offer, but almost always they're interested in relationship. And I think relationship is the foundation by which you can build trust that would allow these individuals to begin speaking with you about what the concerns are about coming off the streets and engaging in services.
What are some ways that you do that? Because you go out, you talk to these folks, and you say, hey, I have this help I can offer you, and they don't want it. So what are some ways you've been able to sort of get in with them and build that trust slowly over time?
Yeah, I think an awareness of the population that you're working with, and this has happened over the course of time, being culturally sensitive, being sensitive to the individual and respecting their space. Initially, we might start by just saying good morning, talking about sports like any other individual, offering some socks. And typically, no one refuses socks, so socks are a really good entry point.
That's the key.
Yeah, socks, clean socks, yeah.
You guys have been able, through your outreach, to get stable, permanent housing for 20 to 30 individuals over the last year, so definitely taking people off the streets. And the mayor has talked about, you know, putting more money towards this, but also that the system is broken in a way that a lot of the money that we're spending is going to waste. So from what you've heard over the last week of this conversation surrounding addressing our city's homeless crisis, what do you think needs to be done to fix the problem?
I think once again, you know, the umbrella term that is homelessness is popular, but understanding there are folks out there who are mentally ill, there are folks who may be substance addictive, there are folks who are unemployed, and engaging folks, you know, being sensitive to the needs that they have. I really appreciate the mayor's call towards solidarity amongst not only the community in general, but social service providers. I think we need to be united towards working towards what is a common goal. The goal is common, despite what may be some polarized opinions about how we get there. You know, we are all invested in the same cause.
It's good at the end for all of us. Jackie St. Louis, I want to thank you for being here this morning, but more importantly, I want to thank you personally as a Seattleite for all the work that you've done dealing with and helping the most vulnerable members of our population. And, you know, work you've been doing well before it was headline news, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
8:35.